colored dresses, purple, and just, it's so much, Miss Luper, I just can't describe it.
You can't
and
describe
the
it?
most beautiful. And I was in here yesterday, and several people came in and put their hats in the layaway, so the sale started yesterday.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful.
And this is located 1917 Northeast 24th Street.
1917 Northeast 24th
Yes,
Street?
across the street from the Cimarron Post Office. Just, if you come over, just across the street, so you won't miss it.
And that's a closed closet?
The closed closet.
And in that closet, they are having a big sale today.
A big sale. Everything is 20% off, and there are some things even have 50% off.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful.
And have the most gorgeous, beautiful jewelry.
I know this will be really good news. I know this will really be good news for the people in Oklahoma City that want to be well-dressed.
And incidentally, Miss Luper, this is where I buy most of my clothes.
Well, I can say one thing about you. Anytime you step out, you're sharp.
Well, I give it to Marie Weekly, the clothes closet.
Well, Marie Weekly is a member of the Fifth Street Baptist Church, and she looks good every Sunday.
She sure does, and she's my president of the Beauty Cultures League.
I didn't know she was president. I thought Mrs. Johnson was president.
I'm sorry, she's not. She's the president of our unit.
Oh, I see.
Our unit.
I see.
You know, we have units, and we have league, we have the state. But she's the president of the unit. I'm a member of her unit.
Yes.
Okay, this number is 427-7922.
Wait, don't take me so fast. 427...
7922.
427-7922.
Right, and if you wanted more information, just call here this morning and we'll give it to you.
Mrs.
So,
Mann.
Video land out there, you come on out and shop for your Easter deal, just for you every day. Easter is every day with me.
Okay. Every day is Easter, and you better dress up now while you can.
All right, thank you, Miss Luper.
Well, thank you. I also would like for you to know that the Chancellor Shardino's preschool and nurseries are now open for 24 hours, 7 days a week, with a certified staff. It has been approved by the DHS, and they will work with you on co-payments. Cash customers are welcome. And let me tell you what they are doing now that will really excite you. They have a preschool computer program. Computer literacy. That program is available. They will pick up and deliver. Pick up and deliver. 2611 North Martin Luther King Boulevard. The telephone number is 427-5274. 1643 Northeast 50th Street, 424-4656. Now, you need further information. Contact Paul or Gloria Matthews, the owners, or the secretary, Dina Red. You may call her at 427-7856. Yes, Betty Noakes going to Scotland. What an opportunity. There will be a dinner at the historic Stirling Castle. That's a place where Mary, the Queen of Scotland, was crowned in 1542. And Betty Noakes will be there. Congratulations, Betty. And I think that what we need to do now is congratulate our people. I'm proud. I am so proud of my sorority sister, Betty. I'm just as proud as if I were going. Congratulations, Betty LaVon Noakes, for going to Scotland. This is a Clara Luper radio show, and I'm looking for that pain. I know he has a pain in his heart because he's been defeated. Hello?
Hello. Good morning to the radio audience, and hello to you, Miss Clara Luper.
Yes.
But I just was listening to your show, and I know you remember Mrs. Matthews is always on my fashion show at the Store Bazaar.
Oh, is she going to be on
there? Those fantastic and out of style and out of sight clothes. So I know those clothes are so far out, it's better than any show that you've ever gone to see.
Okay.
You wonder, where does she get such beautiful and out-of-sight clothes? So I know they're going to come to the Soul Bazaar to see Mrs. Matthews model in that Soul Bazaar, no one else. And I always have Mrs. Alice Strand with hats.
All right.
And so I know they're going to come and see because hats are in. They are in. And I don't know that I have some other friends that I'm not mentioning, but those are two people that's always on this fashion show at the Soul Bazaar. So I'll be expecting you to come to see Mrs. Matthews in all of those out-of-sight clothes that she gets from this wonderful store that she just got through telling you about. And you're going to come and see Mrs. Alice Strand model those hats.
Well, I know you're going to have a great fashion show. You've had them for 24 years. This will be your 25th fashion show.
It certainly will. So I'm looking forward to seeing you out there because we expect to have a wonderful time in a big crowd.
Well, Mrs. Hunter, will you remind everybody that we have some very distinguished young people that's coming in from the Okmulgee Tech School today to look at the Black History Monument, to visit Freedom Center, and I understand we are preparing dinner for them.
That is exactly true because the man says, no, tell her I have to talk with her now because I'm on my way to the Freedom Center. And I'll see you at the Freedom Center as soon as you get off at 10 o'clock.
Just a minute, Mrs. Hunter. We will also be selling chicken and fish dinners there today.
Yes, I know we will be selling fish dinners, Mrs. Luper. So
okay,
that come and buy fish dinners today.
That good old catfish. You may come to Freedom Center and buy catfish, and in that way you are helping to support the outstanding NACP Youth Council. Thank you, Mrs. Hunter.
Bye now.
Bye-bye. Ladies and gentlemen, Marilyn Hildred would like to thank you. She would like to thank you. Today she's in Kansas City, Missouri, and there you have honored her because she's your agent. Thank you. Hello?
Good morning, Mother Clara.
Where in the world are you?
An officer showed up on my step and told me that there was a warrant that Mother Clara Luper was looking for me.
Yes.
So I wanted to let him know that I don't know why she was looking for me because she know where I am.
Look, you don't know why. Let's not talk about your knowledge. Are you the young man that told me that Oklahoma State University was going to defeat Tulsa University?
Yes, that was.
Now, what I
was
want from
statement.
you, I want you to be honest with me because that hurt my athletica ability when you told me I didn't know what I was talking about.
Well,
you remember what you say?
My statement was you stick to teaching history because you didn't know anything about sports.
Okay.
That was my statement to you.
That was your statement?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, for the record, who won at OSU Tulsa University game?
Tulsa University.
Okay. Then you've got to go back and correct your statement concerning Clara Luper's knowledge about sports.
Yes, I wanted to make this public statement that for that one game, you were correct. But the other game...
No, we aren't talking about the other games.
Yes.
The only game we were talking about was Tulsa University and Oklahoma State University.
At that point in time, that is correct.
At that time.
Yes.
And that was the only time, that was the time they played.
Right, and the other conversation was about Arkansas. And I think we had a 5-cent wager for each of those games because neither one of us gambled. And Arkansas, if my memory served me correctly...
Well, it doesn't serve you correct.
They were victorious, and they will continue to be that, and they will win the national. I will go on record on your show today as saying that Arkansas will be the NCAA Division I champions for the 94.
You think Arkansas will beat Michigan?
Yes, indeed.
Okay. Well, Mr.
So now, so the public will know that we're even because...
No, the public doesn't know. We aren't even because the only game I can remember... Now, my memory might not be correctly.
No, your memory is correct.
I can't remember saying anything about Arkansas.
Well, it just appeared to me that maybe my memory is not serving me well this morning. I'm only here fixing my son's breakfast, so maybe once I complete his breakfast, I will know a little more in detail about that breaking even of 5 cents for Arkansas and 5 cents for Oklahoma State, and when you add those two and then subtract them, you come up with 0.
I don't know what's wrong with your mathematics.
I went to Dungey. You were one of my teachers.
I didn't teach you any math. I didn't teach you math. I taught you history. That's why you're using it to your advantage.
Yes, I am.
Now, what I wanted you to do,
yes,
the conversation was not about Arkansas.
Okay, well,
our conversation was only on Tulsa and Oklahoma State University.
Well, I want to apologize first to you, and then secondly to those that all of us that supported Oklahoma State University. We felt like this was a good year for them, but Tulsa had another plan. And I watched Tulsa play Arkansas last night, and Tulsa is a great team, and I underestimated them. And I will say that again to you, that I certainly appreciate Tulsa. And once they get a big person in the middle, they'll be a team to be reckoned with.
Okay, there'll be a team. Now, your philosophy about Tulsa University, I don't need.
But my basketball record can speak for itself, because remember, I've won the basketball state tournament before as a coach, so I'll let that stand for itself.
Oh, I see.
Yes.
So you want to take and twist and walk back in history and talk about what you had won, and the conversation was Tulsa University and Oklahoma State University.
Well, I built on my past experience in actually being a coach and looking at my, I guess you want to say, my emotional ties to Oklahoma State. We are both up under the same Oklahoma State A&M Board of Regents, Langston is. So maybe I had a little bias towards Oklahoma State. And then again, I wasn't the only one, because all the odds makers went with them also. So I guess maybe we just, again, underestimated Tulsa, but I want to congratulate Tulsa and their program, because, again, once they recruit a larger person in the middle, you cannot win NCAA basketball championships without big people in the middle. It's just a norm now, and I encourage that coach to go out and recruit one of these young men in one of these local high schools that's looking forward to going to school and can play basketball and can do the work.
I am sure glad you are a recruiter for Langston University rather than a predictor of who will win basketball games.
We would be in trouble if that would be the case.
We'd be in serious trouble.
We would be in serious trouble.
I just want to hear it one more time. That you were wrong when you told Clara Luper that she did not know anything about sports.
I told you, again, that you stick to teaching history and stay out of the athletic arena, because you did not know anything about sports. So you 1-0. Now, can I get your predictions for today's games?
Okay, which one?
Today's games. I'm not
See, you're not sure who's playing today.
Who's playing.
I'm not gonna tell you. You will never run me up on that. And I'll see you at Soul Bazaar.
You sure will.
94.
So now,
and in the meantime, wait a minute.
Yes, ma'am.
We are selling catfish dinners today at Freedom Center.
I love
There will
that.
be a group of young people here from Okmulgee, and I would like for you to come up and greet.
I sure will.
But I don't want you to talk about sports.
I talk about going to colleges and universities all across the country. How would that? That's my area of expertise.
Okay, well, you stick to your area of expertise,
Okay.
and let me predict who will win the basketball
Well,
game.
I'm waiting for you to predict who will win the...
You don't even know who's playing.
No, I mean, you can predict who will win the whole thing.
Oh, no, I can't do that this week. I'll do that next week.
Oh, see, you wait until the last minute. You sound like Jimmy the Greek and some of those persons wait till the end to predict. I'm going on record today on your show that Arkansas will be crowned champions for the NCAA.
But I'm going to leave you alone. The only thing I'm sure of, that it's raining in Spencer, Oklahoma.
Oh, yes, it is. And we thank you so much for everything you've done for all of us, Mother Clara, and you keep up the great work.
Okay,
we stand on your shoulders, many of us.
Well, you come and get some catfish today.
I will. Is that on the house?
Remember when I died, I want all y'all stand up there with all those resolutions. We resolve to remember Clara Luper. You resolve to come up and help Clara Luper with those children, and
While
I have
she's
plenty
alive. Thank you so very much.
Oh, thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
And those of you out in radio land, when you see the Honorable, the distinguished Mr. Theodis Payne, just remind him that he was out of place trying to tell Clara Luper who was going to win the game between OSU and Tulsa University. We would like today also to talk about a young coach, the Honorable Mr. Case at Oklahoma City University, who has brought so much honor to the state of Oklahoma. We will be getting him on our radio show because that's one thing he knows how to do, and that is to coach those basketball young men. Go on, go on, go on. And congratulations to SMU and those lovely girls that brought home a state championship. This is the Clara Luper Radio Show, and once again, your Allstate Insurance agent, Marilyn Hildred, is in Kansas City today, where she, along with other top All state agents are discussing the future of their country. Now, Maryland's been very concerned about you. She wants your business. She has knocked on doors this past week and brought it to you and said, look, I just want your business. This is Clara Luper. I would like to say that it's raining today, but I want to tell you that trouble doesn't last always. So if you're in trouble, remember my great-grandmother passed it on down saying that trouble will not last always. We are getting ready now for the Soul Bazaar. And speaking of the Soul Bazaar, I appreciate all of you that are calling me about Miss Black, Oklahoma. And I want you to stand up and be counted. We have the following cities, universities, and that great city. We don't have anybody from Clearview, and I guess Olive, Wallace, and that group down in Clearview can't come up with a contestant to compete. I know they are scared because Hoffman is in the race this year. We have the following cities that are represented. You call the cities, and I'll call the young ladies.
Miss Black Ardmore,
Stephanie Woody,
Miss Black Bacon College,
Sherry Ray Chandler,
Miss Black Bowley,
Karen Wallace,
Miss Black Bristow,
Rhonda Hart,
Miss Black Britton,
Shannon Joy Reed,
Miss Black Burns Flat,
Jackie Calhoun,
Miss Black Cameron University,
Deshaun Weekly,
Miss Black Clinton,
Twyla Williams,
Miss Black Creston,
Miss Black, you better say Creston, because those people down in Creston, Oklahoma will get you. Latoya House,
Miss Black Camas County,
Comanche County, Helena Daniel,
Miss Black Dell City,
Monique Deborah Mitchell.
Miss Black Dukin,
No, you better not
Duncan.
say Dukin. You better call them Dunkins. LaShare Davis,
Miss Black Enid,
Keisha Smith,
Miss Black Guthrie,
the lovely Nikki Hedge.
Miss Black Guthrie Job Corps,
Core will be selected next week.
Miss Black Hoffman,
Demetria Carter,
Miss Black Holdenville,
Deborah Smith,
Miss Black Jones,
Kendra Gill
Miss Black Langston University,
will be selected in April. That's our last pageant.
Miss Black Luther,
Olivia Raff, and I know the people down in Luther are really happy.
Miss Black Miami,
Michelle Daly,
Miss Black Midwest City,
Nikki Buckner
Miss Black Muskogee,
will be selected the last of this month.
Miss Black Northeastern A&M College,
Angelique Walker,
Miss Black Northeastern State University,
Denatrius Griffin,
Miss Black Northwestern Oklahoma State University,
Stephanie Ingram,
Miss Black Nakoma Park,
Stephanie Williams,
Miss Black Oklahoma City,
Tracy Hope.
Miss Black Oklahoma City University,
And that one is to be selected.
Miss Black Oklahoma County,
Jeanette Smith,
Miss Black Oklahoma State University,
Clarissa Franklin,
Miss Black Quail Creek,
Shannon Page,
Miss Black Spencer,
to be selected. And if you have it out in Spencer, give me a call.
Miss Black Southeastern University,
To be selected next week,
Miss Black Springer,
Iris Roberts.
Miss Black Tulsa,
To be selected tomorrow.
Miss Black Tulsa County,
To be selected tomorrow,
Miss Black University of Central Oklahoma,
Carla Mays,
Miss Black University of Oklahoma,
Takesha Matthews,
Miss Black Wetumpka,
Latasha Travis. That's it for 1994. 40 beautiful, talented young ladies. Somebody say, Clara, you got too many. How many do you have? You don't have any. Don't you ever call me and tell me I have too many beautiful young ladies that will be competing for scholarships, that will be competing for cash scholarships, that will be competing for the right to drive off in that 1995 Dodge, and it's a neon. Don't you ever tell me that. And don't you ever tell me, because we have a beautiful young lady from Arlington, Texas, who will be giving $1,000 worth of clothes to the winner. Don't you tell me that when Mrs. Stevens and others are going down in their pockets giving scholarships, and you are sitting there on your Constitution talking about what I shouldn't do. I tell you what you should do. You should get up and help just one child. And when you help one and you see the smile on that child's face, you will want to help another one. And next week I'll be telling you about the pages that will be here. We have pages coming in from Tulsa, Ardmore, Lawton, Fort Worth, Texas, and Houston, Texas. Don't make the mistake in telling me what I should do about young people, because I want to see these young people go places that I have never been and see things that I have never seen. Now, it's easy to have a big conference and talk about what we're going to do about the drug problem, what we're going to do about crime. Each one of us could touch one child and we would have the answer to crime. Now, please don't do that. Now, if you're from any of the cities that I have called, you can call those young ladies and say, I want to sit in your section. I want to be there. I want to see you do your best. And all of these young ladies are winners because they have the audacity to try. Now, we're going to be worshiping at the Paradise Baptist Church. There will be 40 contestants there. There will be 40 escorts, and I don't want you to ignore the escorts. Mrs. Helen Daniels coming to Oklahoma City to train the escorts. And we have the lovely Miss Cassie Bennett, who will be training our young people in music. And, I could go on, but I'll be telling you more about that. You will see that 1995 Dodge at the Soul Bazaar. And you will be able to take a picture by that Dodge, because you will be able to go back and say, I saw the Dodge. Now, we will be at the Paradise Baptist Church along with the parents, and many of you have called me and asked me if you could come to the church with us. You want to see the girls. I'm not going to answer that, because I do have somebody here with more intelligence than I have that will be here to answer the question. Yes, yes, yes. I am so excited about the Soul Bazaar, because we are going to the Honorable Dr. F.D. Roseberg, who's a pastor of our church. And it is our church because I love that church. That's the church of Dr. Dial, Kermit, James. I could just go on and name the Woods and the Taylors and the McKinley Browns and others. And they have a letter that I will be telling you more about. The Paradise Baptist Church, a $250,000 church, and the membership is doubled. Well, that's another story, so I will tell you about that. Today, though, we are waiting on Easter. This is Clara Luper. Hello? Hello?
This is Clara Luper. This is Nancy Davis. I am calling to remind everybody to come to the fashion show that will be held, the Nancy Davis Fashion Show, which will be held during the Soul Bazaar on March the 31st at the Myriad Convention Center. The Nancy Davis Fashion Show will begin at 4 o'clock, and we have 1 hour of full fashioning. We have students from the preschools like Christian Life, Star Spencer Preschool, Millwood Preschool, and even True Vine Baptist Church and the NAACP Youth Council. We will be fashioning garments of the school wear, church wear, evening wear, casual wear, and different clothing for different occasions. I really have some beautiful models this year. We have Katrina Adams from the junior high school and senior high school. We have Katrina Adams, Latasha Williams, Shanisha Graham, Kimberly Looney, Amanda McGrew, Shalonda Gifts from Star Spencer, Monet Whitaker, Brittany Red, Brandy Red, and these are high school and junior high school students from the NAACP Youth Council. We would like for everybody to come out because this fashion show is really going to be out of sight. Be sure to tell everybody to come out, tell your friends, to come out to the Nancy Davis Fashion Show on Thursday evening from 4 o'clock to 5 o'clock. At that time, we will crown Miss Soul Bazaar of 1994. Queen Lolita Mooney will be giving her crown away to some young lady who will be the queen for 1994. We thank you, Mrs. Luper, and have a good day.
Okay, I'm going to have a good day because I'm going to be eating catfish, fried by the Catfish King, C.P. Wilson. Ladies and gentlemen, I am tired of people talking about E. Melvin Porter. I am tired of it. Every time we pick up a newspaper, our editorials against E. Melvin Porter. And I would like to ask publicly, where are E. Melvin Porter's friends? I would like to answer that. They are now enjoying the benefits that were made possible by E. Melvin Porter. Why is it somebody in this community won't stand up and say, people have always raised our taxes? This was the law. This is the law. And I wish E. Melvin Porter would call me before I go off the air, because yesterday E. Melvin Porter told me that he had gotten a letter from the state representatives, including our own representatives, Toure, Cox, and other representatives. Now, these are black representatives, and I thought we sent them out there to speak for black folks, along with others. But they told Porter yesterday, we have decided on some things you've got to do immediately and get it to us. We want you to change your county assessor's office hours. We want you to work at night to look at the protest of citizens. We want you to change everything. Now, I think, and I do hope that Senator Porter will get me. I have left his telephone number that I was supposed to call at home. But these are black people. We sent black people out to speak for us. Well, one thing I can say about E. Melvin Porter, he spoke for us. E. Melvin Porter was the author of the bills that eliminated segregation in all areas, giving you the right to marry that white man or white woman that you were in love with, leading the fight for freedom, and yet people talking about what he's not doing. Well, I'm so happy today that I'm not ashamed and I'm not afraid, because I remember so well when we went to Washington, met with Senator Robert S. Kerr and Senator Mike Mulroney, and I asked them to speak up for us, pass that civil rights bill, and they told me, no, Clara, if I vote for that civil rights bill, the people in Oklahoma, the white people, will not ever elect me again. I want to know who's going to speak up for E. Melvin Porter. Well, dear Melvin, I believe in you. I understand what you're doing. I understand all of the obstacles. And we are walking around swimming in the pool of ignorance because we don't understand our purpose, and it's so easy to turn white around white folks. And I got more white friends than anybody. I got white friends in this town that love me so well that when I move in their neighborhood, they move out to give me more room because they know I'm going to have a prettier yard than they will. They know I'm going to have a fish pond with beautiful gold fish. They know that. And they loved me so well until they had churches on this side. And when I moved close to them, they took their Bible and their songbooks and moved out. Don't tell me nothing about love. And I would like to see if the white folks love me enough to come to Soul Bazaar 94. Every time they have something, we come, we attend, we support. And I have no sympathy with grinning, dressed up Uncle Toms and Aunt Annas, because we ought to stand up, and this community should stand up and say we support E. Melvin Porter. He's not the only one that's raised our taxes. Our taxes have been raised since statehood. And all those, go out northwest and look at the kind of houses that are being built out there. You go out there and see. Senator Porter, they might not like what you're doing, but do it anyway. Don't let nobody discourage you. And if black folks don't speak out for you, somewhere I read that the rocks will speak out for you. Go on, Porter. I am proud of you. And those of you in Radio Land know that Porter and I have disagreed on many things through the years, but I respect him and I support him. So let's go down on record. Clara Luper. Sometimes you have to stand alone, but stand anyway. This is the Clara Luper Radio Show. And we are approaching the Easter season. The Easter season. A season where we can look back and look forward to. And I wanted to do something different this year because our hearts are burning with grief. Some of us are bent with age. Some of us are sick today. And some of us are discouraged. Because many times we do our best and people don't understand. And because of that, I've invited a young man that I admire so much. A young man that has changed the course of religious history in our town. A young man who has had experience in pastoring in Dallas, Texas, Rockwall, Texas. And a young man who's been to Albuquerque, New Mexico, as a pastor.
Has broken into Earth history. Our world is now headed for redemption, not disaster. God's mighty power is at work destroying sin, creating new lives, and preparing us for Jesus' second coming. Number 2, because of the resurrection, we know that death has been conquered, and we too will be raised from the dead to live forever with Christ. Number 3, the resurrection gives authority to the church's witness in the world. Look at the early evangelistic sermons in the book of Acts. The apostles' most important message was the proclamation that Jesus Christ had been raised from the dead. Number 4, the resurrection gives meaning to the church's regular feast, the Lord's Supper. Like the disciples on the Emmaus Road, we break bread with our risen Lord, who comes in power to save us. Number 5, the resurrection helps us find meaning even in our tragedy, no matter what happens to us as we walk with the Lord. The resurrection gives us hope for the future. Number 6, the resurrection assures us that Christ is alive and ruling his kingdom. He is alive and real. Number 7, God's power that brought Jesus back from the dead is available to us so that we can live for him even in an evil world. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Reverend Roseburg, we will have the opportunity, I call you Reverend Dr. Roseburg, we will have the opportunity to worship with you on June the 12th, 1994. And we are so happy about it.
Well, we thank you for having chosen our place, and the carpet is already out just for you all.
The carpet is out for us?
Out already.
Oh, wonderful. We will be there, and we know we will have over 100 people that will be with you that Sunday.
Well, you are welcome.
But you know, there are some things that you've got to do. You've got to take a picture with these 40 beautiful young ladies. Do you mind that?
I don't mind it.
And you've got to take a picture with our 40 new pledge pages.
Under one condition.
What?
I take a picture with you.
Oh, I'm quite honored. You'd have to take it with all of my staff.
All right.
Because Mrs. Hunter, Mrs. Davis, Mrs. Gloria Matthews, and Mrs. Johnson from Ardmore, and all of them would be so jealous if you would just take a picture with me. Plus, we are bringing back to Oklahoma City one of our own. Eva Knight will be back to work with our young ladies. And Eva won one of our pageants, and she went on up the road of success. So we will have, and plus, we will have some 40 handsome young men that will be there with us.
Wonderful. We're looking forward to it.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for that inspiring message today. This is the Clara Luper Radio Show. Yes, I'm still asking those of you that are in leadership to either put up or shut up. We cannot sympathize. We cannot turn back. We've come too far to turn back. Well, Easter is coming, and Reverend Rosenberg, the doctor, came here and gave us something to think about and something to dream about. We want you to come to Freedom Center today, 424-2384. Call for your catfish dinner. Come by. See to it that we are represented. The regional conference of NACP that was scheduled to meet here in Oklahoma City will not meet here in Oklahoma City. Rather, the executive director and the new regional director changed it to Dallas, Texas, and changed the date to May. I will be telling you more about that, and I do hope that Mr. Roosevelt Milton will also join me. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the day that we will welcome a group of students from Okmulgee Tech who will be coming to Oklahoma City for one reason, to look at the Black History Monument, to visit Freedom Center, and we invite you to come and see these young people. Let's encourage our young people to do the best. Now, we can talk about what's happening in our penitentiaries. We can do all that talk, but let's save our youth. Let's save our youth. And speaking of something else that I need to get off of my chest, I don't like it one bit, because in our school system, if a kid gets in a fight, he has to go home for the rest of the year. Now, suppose for a minute that all the people that got in fights in school were sent home for a year. We wouldn't have no teachers, we wouldn't have no doctors and lawyers and what have you. The school system is going to have to relook at their discipline program. Call Thelma Parks. Hello? Hello? Just hold the line. We'll be with you in just a minute. Now, all of you are happy that once a child get in a fight or twice a child get in a fight, that child is sent home for the rest of the year. That's ridiculous. That is a disgrace to education. And people have been fighting since the days of Cain. People have been fighting. And just because a child get in one fight, you're going to send him home for the year? Well, that's ridiculous. Just think for a minute. Sometimes I think that as leaders, we aren't thinking. We need to sit down with these young people. We need to look at our programs. Hello? Hello?
Mrs. Luper?
Yes?
Gladys Elliott from Spencer.
Huh?
This is Gladys Elliott from Spencer, Oklahoma.
Yes, Gladys.
And you want to know where's Porter's friend? I'm Porter's friend. I've been his friend, and I always will be. I'm 100% for E. Melvin Porter.
Okay, and you don't like it either, the way the people are talking about it.
No, I don't like it at all. I don't like it. I think they're doing injustice against him, but he will stand. He stands for himself. He speaks for himself. And I'm with him. Anything I can do, I'm with Porter.
Well, I really appreciate that, because I'm going to pass this tape on to County Assessor Porter.
Yes, he can always depend on me. I'm with him.
Okay. Thank you so very kindly.
Okay.
I want to know, where are Melvin Porter's friends? We have heard from two, Gladys Elliott and Clara Luper. Where do you stand on the issue? And that's just like when they crucified Jesus. Where were you when they crucified Jesus? Where were you as they crucified Senator Porter? But the cross is going to shine, and Senator Porter is going to make it. And I had a black person walk up to me. Isn't that bad about Senator Porter? I say, it's bad about you, because you've been sitting on your behind in Oklahoma City for over 60 years, and I can't recall one thing you've done for anybody except your own children. Clara Luper, hello? I'm calling your names today. Speak up or shut up, because we aren't going to stand by. I know I've sent letters that will not be published in the paper. I don't know why, supporting E. Melvin Porter. Hello?
Hello. This is Matthew Fluke McDaniel.
Yes.
I'm a great friend of Melvin E. Melvin Porter.
Oh, great.
And I'm behind him 100%. He's done so much for the black race here in Oklahoma.
And you don't like it for the way they are crucifying him?
Not the way they're doing. I just can't understand it. And he needs some more support from all the people that he had helped, traditionally wise.
Well, thank you.
All right.
Fookie.
All right.
McDaniels. Where are Porter's friends? And there's a song that my grandmother used to sing. Where were you when they crucified Christ? I know where you were, sitting watching your television in the space of time and didn't even look up. And some of you that's been grinning and shuffling and talking about E. Melvin Porter, and you would not be where you are today if it were not for E. Melvin Porter. And I want you to know that there are 3 of us who don't like what they are doing to E. Melvin Porter, and we should make our voices heard. Hello?
Good morning, Mrs. Luper.
Yes?
This is Pastor Ada Davis of Jesus Church Ministries.
Yes.
And we would like to say that we are great supporters of E. Melvin Porter. Number one, a lot of parents, well, when we first came to Oklahoma, I heard him speak for one of our programs for Community Action. And one of the things he talked about was that a lot of parents would call asking him to come and rescue their children when they got in trouble. So that's a plus for him to see that he has been a good source even for juveniles when nobody else was speaking out. So we are 100% behind him, and anything we can do to keep him in that position, we are with you and him. And we want it to go down in the record that we are one of his supporters.
Now they're coming out of cover. Those that are supporters of E. Melvin Porter. Where are my friends? Thank you, Mrs. Davis. It is just wonderful to have your friends say something good about you or stand up. Who's scared of the big bad wolf? I know I'm not. 3 things I'm not scared of. Black folks, snakes, and white folks. I'll say what I want to, and I want all of them to know I don't like it at all. And those people out there to the House of Representatives, we want to know what you have done. We want to know how many jobs you've gotten for black people. Don't you know that Porter touched a sore spot? Don't you know that we are paying taxes and black folks don't have jobs like others? And what Melvin Porter did was to embarrass everybody. They talking about equal opportunity. Got a big sign on the wall. I'm an equal opportunity employee, and sitting up there with no blacks, with 1 black and 2 blacks. They ain't got nerve enough to talk about E. Melvin Porter. I would like to invite those of you that are talking about how wrong he is to come out here on this program and talk with me. And I want to ask you one question. How many blacks have you hired in your office? Don't you know this thing is down now to economics? Nobody wants blacks in high positions. And then blacks are joining the force. I'm telling you. Well, we're going to see how many of you can stand up for Senator Porter. I know what some of you will do. You will grin. I never shall forget during the sit-in that a man came to me and said, Ms. Luper, I'm for you, and went right in the mayor's office and told the mayor, the people in Oklahoma City are behind Clara Luper. You go on and do what you're doing. And then I had a white friend in there who taped the conversation and gave it to me. And if you get smart with me, I'll play it on this show. Clara Luper, hello? Hello? Okay, be ashamed of yourself because you stood by. Senator Porter fought for you, and now they are crucifying him, and you haven't opened your mouth. Well, one thing about it, you sure don't have nobody out there now telling you where the jobs are. Do you know where the jobs are in the state? Hello?
Hey, Ms. Luper.
Yes.
Pastor Bobby Williams from New Jerusalem Church.
Yes.
I'm calling in, tuned in a little late this morning, but I want you to know I support E. Melvin Porter. I'm very much in accord with what you said about suspending children out of school, and I keep E. Melvin Porter before the Lord, that the Lord will strengthen him and keep him encouraged to do the will that God wants him to do.
Oh, thank you so much.
And you have a blessed day.
Well, thank you. Come on out. Come on out and let the world know that we love E. Melvin Porter. Anytime you hear somebody saying something about anybody, E. Melvin Porter particular, and the crime they have against him is because he's raising taxes. They're raising taxes everywhere. Hello?
Yes. Hello?
Yes.
Yes, I was calling in about what you were saying about Mr. Porter. I can understand what you're talking about and where he's coming from and the things he's having to deal with. It's like if you're in a position where you're trying to do good and trying to make a way for other blacks to come up, it seems like someone always wants to put an obstacle in your way. And everything outweighs one bad incident. Shouldn't outweigh 1,000 good things you've done. No matter what the situation is, you can change anything to make it look any way you want it to. Because I'm dealing with a situation in my own workforce, whereas I am a black man working for a company I'm the only one there, and I've gotten as high as they seem that they want to let me go, and it's getting to the point where they even go out of state and bring in other people to give them positions to keep me from expiring to what I have the capabilities of doing. So it gets frustrating, and it can be hard, and you just have to hang in there and keep going, because if you give up, you're not just giving up for yourself, you're giving up for everybody that's ever tried to do anything to get you where you're at.
I really thank you. You brought it home. And until we understand that it's a matter of not wanting you to go to the top. Melvin Porter has gone down there and given people that's worked down there 10, 15, 20 years promotion that they didn't get. Now, I'm tired. I'm tired of people condemning people that are trying to help other people get jobs. And somebody say, well, what are you crying about? He didn't give you a job. And that's not even the issue. I haven't applied for a job. I have a job. My job is talking to you. And I'm talking to you. And if this city is stupid enough to let the school board send children home just because they got in a fight for the whole semester, or the whole year, we all need to rush down to a hospital in Norman, Oklahoma, because we are stone crazy. Those of us that are teachers, I don't think it's no bad kids. I think there's some bad parents, some bad teachers, and, well, as I look at the clock on the wall, I have time for one more call. Hello? Hello? Okay. Well, if you don't like what I say, you come on up to Freedom Center and buy a catfish dinner. That's what you need. If you get one of those good old catfish dinner with those homemade desserts and things, you will be all right. But once again, dear Melvin Porter, I understand. And this is the season where they crucified our Lord. And if they should continue to pick on you, I want you to know that you have some friends out in Radio Land. Because we'd love to see blacks go to the top. And we have blacks that have worked in state government that's at the same spot they were 20 years ago. And I call upon the representatives to show us your equal opportunities that you have given to minorities. This is Clara Luper saying, I'll see you at Freedom Center. And if you love me, you love me. And if you hate me, just remember, I love you. I love you. This is Clara Luper saying, let's go on up to Gates and get that haircut. Let's get some insurance from Merle and Hildred, and let's come to Soul Bazaar and participate in that one-legged hop contest. Somebody called it in and asked if Mrs. Hunter gonna hop. I don't know. You have to ask Mrs. Hunter. Bye-bye. This is Clara Luper.
This is AM 1220, KTLV, Midwest City, Oklahoma City.
Mr. Spriggs, Real Pit Barbecue, 3925